Hello students, today we are going to see one more concept, that is admittance of parallel RLC circuits. Admittance of parallel RLC circuit. Till now we have seen the admittance and phasor diagram concept for your parallel RL RC. Now it is the time for your RLC. This is applied voltage. Here we are considering one resistor, one inductor and one capacitor. This is your V or V of t. Value is Vm sin omega t. After two more concepts, we are going to see some problems till the topics. So this is your R and this is your L and this is your C. And the voltage across it is VR, voltage across VL, VC. So here this resistor branch, inductor branch, capacitor branch are in parallel with your voltage. So here V is equal to VR is equal to VL equal to VC equal to your voltage V. Let us consider it supplied some current I, so which has entered into this branch. It is divided into as IR, IL and IC. Now apply Kirchhoff current law at node. By applying Kirchhoff current law, entering current is equal to sum of the leaving currents IR plus IL plus IC. This I is nothing but total current. Total current is equal to total voltage is your V, and the total impedance is Z is equal to IR is nothing but current flowing through this resistor. This VR is nothing but V. So V by R plus IL is V by J into omega L plus V by 1 by J into omega C. So from this we can cancel this V, 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 V. Then here you are going to get 1 by Z is equal to 1 by R plus, if you multiply J in the denominator and numerator, you will get J by J square into omega L. This J goes to upper side, J by 1 by omega C. Here J square is minus 1. So 1 by Z is equal to 1 by R minus J by omega L plus J by 1 by omega C, where this omega L is nothing but your XL. So we can write 1 by R minus J into J by XL, J by XL plus J by 1 by omega C is nothing but XC. So 1 by Z is nothing but your Y, admittance. So Y is equal to 1 by R is conductance. So 1 by R is G minus 1 by XL, that is your BL, susceptance of your inductor, plus susceptance of capacitor into J. So Y is equal to G. If I take J common, here you are going to get BL minus BC. So Y is equal to G minus J into B, where B is equal to BL minus BC. So what will be the mod Y is equal to under root of G square plus B square, and theta is equal to tan inverse of minus B by G. Let us draw admittance triangle. The admittance triangle will be like this. This is the admittance triangle. Here you are going to have your conductance, and here you are going to have susceptance, and here it is your Y, which makes an angle of R5. So this is your admittance triangle. This is your conductance, this is your susceptance, and this is your admittance. This is your admittance triangle. Next we are going to see a phasor diagram. So till now we have seen admittance of parallel RS circuit. What is the parallel RS circuit admittance? Admittance is equal to Y is equal to G minus JB. So let us consider phasor diagram. So already we have discussed, we said that in parallel circuit voltage is constant. So we have to consider voltage as a reference, applied voltage as a reference. Applied voltage as a reference. Here we have three terms: IR, IL, IC. Let us draw for IL. IR is nothing but your current flowing through the resistor. Always current flowing through the resistor is in phase with the voltage. So always it will be in phase with the voltage. So this is your phasor for your IR. And what about the IL? IL is nothing but inductor, that is the current flowing through the inductor. Always current flowing through the inductor, always it lags the voltage by 90 degrees. So this is your phasor for your current flowing through the inductor, that is your IL. So this is your phasor for your IL. This is your IL. And what about your IC? IL is over. IC, always IC is IC, that is the current flowing through the capacitor, always leads the voltage by 90 degrees. So this is your IC. So this is a phasor diagram. But here we have to consider two cases, because you are having two types of reactances. That is, the first case is IC greater than IL. The second case, IL greater than IC. If IC greater than IL, if IC according to the value of your inductor and capacitor, if IC greater than IL, then the phasor will be on this path only, but that will be at this point below the IC. This is the point of IC minus IL. This is a point of IC minus IL when IC is greater than IL. Now let us draw a phasor. Let us consider some dotted lines. So these dotted lines indicates your IR, and this dotted line indicates your IC minus IL, and this is your resultant vector, that is your I. This is a I when IC is greater than IL. When IC is greater than IL. So this is your IR, and this is your IC minus IL. This is a vector for IC minus IL, and this is your a vector for your I, which makes an angle of phi. Which makes an angle of phi. This is for case 1. This is for case 1. Now let us take for case 2. If IL is greater than IC, so it is at point somewhere here. Let us take some dotted lines. So this is some dotted lines. So this is your IR. Actually it is your IR. Now this is the length indicates your, this is the length indicates your IL sum over your IC, and this is your IR, and this is a line for a resultant vector, that is your I. So which makes some angle, which makes an angle phi. So this is for case 2. This is for case 2. So this I is your resultant vector of I. In the case of case 1 where IC is greater than IL, this is the resultant vector of I when IL is greater than IC. Let us draw a waveform for it. When IC greater than IL, when IC greater than IL, how will be the waveform? When IC is greater than IL, if you have observed, this is your I, total current, and this is your V. This is your I, and this is your V. Just compare I and V. I is moving in this direction in case 1. So I is leading. The current leads when IC is greater than IL, and voltage lags. What is the phase? That is your with phi. With phi. So this is your I, and this is your V when IC is greater than IL. Next consider IL greater than IC. IL greater than IC. Second case. Let us draw a so if you observe here, so this is the case. So second case, this is your I, and this is your V. There is a phase difference of phi. So let us, I'll show the separately current phasor for your this one. It is like a, this is your IR, and this is your I, and this is your IC minus IL. This is an angle of theta. So this IR is nothing but it is in the phase of your V. So this is for this one. So this I is making an angle of theta with V. For this one, how is the that is your admittance triangle? This is your current triangle. Current triangle is, it is like this. So this is your something like IR. Here you are having IL minus IC, this is your IL minus IC. This is your resultant triangle, that is your I. So which makes an angle of theta. So this is your V. Observe here, for this V, if anything moves in this direction, that is called leading. If anything moves in this direction, is called as lagging. So in the second case, with respect to V, this I is in this direction, so it is of lagging. So this is your V, and this is for your current. So this is a waveform indicates your for V, and this is a waveform which indicates your for your I. So in this, the voltage is leading with current. Voltage is leading with current by an angle of phi. So this is about your admittance of parallel RLC circuit and its admittance triangle and phasor diagram for parallel RLC circuit. Just go through it, just practice it.
If you have any doubt, so see you in the online session. Thank you.